Hi, this is Jay Nicholas and Guy Allen. You guys going to tie some flies here. Go ahead, Guy.
This is a Sardina pattern, a saltwater pattern we use quite a bit. This is the bait fish used most often to attract dorado and rooster fish. Tying with monofilament, this is Vivus 0.2 millimeter. Could go bigger if you want. And the first thing we're going to use is some crystal flash, just a couple strands, and this is to create a hook guard. So we're going to try a little UV resin thin flex. It becomes kind of just a solid piece in there, and it'll keep the synthetic material that's mostly tied on top from coming down below it. And we're looking for something about in the 4-inch range, so we're going to cut this just a bit shorter than that. You could tie this with most anything, whatever you like. Synthetic wise, I've been using the Steve Farrar's Flash Blend quite a bit. Don't want too much flash on this fly, so I'm not going to add much extra other than what's in it. And so we're trying to get the ends somewhat tapered. And we're going to divide that and tie it in on the bottom, keeping it on one side of the shank as much as possible. Thread back up, we're going to take a little bigger hank of material this time. Going to tie this in on top a little longer than my bottom piece, just a bit there. Some people tie this down here. I like it not this as I fold it over, the piece I'm folding over. I'm not going to tie it down. I'm going to tie in front of it the next hank of hair, and that'll push it back. That lets me build up more of a curve at the front here. I'm going to trim this again a little longer than the previous one. So taking some scissors that have a relatively long tip to them, just kind of start working it down. You can see as it comes back a little longer. A drop or two of magic and squeezing it. These fish have a thin profile side to side, so I'm kind of squeezing it, holding it up a bit, working that into them and hitting it with the light. Kind of a leaf shape that we're looking for in the body, but pretty narrow side. Another little shank of white here. Continue building this up. Again, a little bit longer than the one previously. It's tied in. Again, I'm going to trim this back a bit. And that's it for the white. Next, there's Sardina has a pale yellow band underneath the back, tannish gold. And like most fish, most bait fish, darker back. Love the yak hair. I just haven't been able to get it. So a size for this, I'm going to use like probably a 1/4 inch eye.
Okay.
I'm going to pull this out of the vise to get these eyes attached.
Okay. So you're just working on the eye on one side right now?
Right.
Things have sure come a long way with these UV cure resins.
They have. It really changed a lot of what we do.
Would a thicker material be easier to use at this point?
It might be if you're really putting on big eyes and you have big voids to fill between them, but I don't mind putting on a couple of applications and building it up. These get chewed on a lot, and nothing worse than be changing flies, putting on a fresh fly when a fish shows. So that's pretty much it. I'll trim it a little to shape here.
Now tell me about that spot you put on it at some point.
The sardinas have a false eye, and and it shows up. You'll see it on the bait real easily. And so we'll take a magic marker and just put a false eye on the back behind it there. This one's a little...
When you say magic marker, you mean like a Sharpie or something
Sharpie.
like that?
Yep, works great. That's it, basically, Sardina. I'd probably fill this out a little more on the head and put another coat or two to make it really secure, but real simple streamer pattern, really effective.
That's great, Guy. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You bet.